Alexia Akinada, and today we're continuing to A to Z nuggets of life on Mudupe. Today's alphabet is H for humour. Stay tuned and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexia Akinlaja, for that introduction. God bless you. With us today is
David Odimeri.
Well done, African child. I feel like hugging you, David, but I can't.
Of course,
because of
COVID,
so
social distancing.
So how are you?
I'm fine. How are you feeling, Auntie Mudupe?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm fine, thank you. Yes, so today we're looking at alphabet H, and the word is humor. What does humor mean? Humor is simply the quality of being amusing and making people laugh. So you're amusing in a good way, in a clean way, in a pleasant way, and you make people laugh. And who doesn't need to laugh in this time and age? Humor is good for each and every one of us. There's a man, a comedian we know very well, Charlie Chaplin. He said, a day without laughter is a day wasted. And also the Bible, they call it the good book, but I call it the Bible, the word of God. It says that a joyful heart makes a cheerful face. So it's good to laugh. It's good to be humorous. When you have humor, it opens doors. You're likable. It boosts your immune system. It reduces tension. It disarms hostility. Humor is very good. And there are different types of humor, but I'm just going to limit it to 5. And I've given it a short, acronym, which is Mr. Pet. But there are many more. But because of time, we'll just look at 5. So the M stands for misdirection. Misdirection is when you're telling a joke and you're taking your audience on a certain route. Then all of a sudden there's a twist, there's a turn, and there's a pleasant surprise, and they burst out laughing. Then the next one is role play. Role play is when you mimic people, when you pretend to be who you're not, and you mimic someone, your parents, your little brother, your little sister, a politician, and you speak the way they speak, and your body language mirrors theirs. It can be funny. Then the next one is pun. Pun is when you play about with words. Then we have exaggeration. Exaggeration, an example that comes to my mind now is some years ago, one of my children saw a spider and said, "Mommy, spider, spider." And I said, "Yes, yes, spider. Get a cutlass or a gun and let's kill this spider." And they're like, Then the last one is tease. I remember a long time, years ago, I was making food for my parents. And my dad, God bless him, of blessed memory, my dad came to the kitchen and he had seen me doing what I was doing. He saw me tasting the food. I was tasting the fried meat, tasting the fried fish, tasting the pancake. And he said, Dupe, with the way you're going to come out of the kitchen looking very fat, and we are going to remain skinny. And I just laughed. Laulu, why are you so humorous? I've known you since when you were 7 days old, as in 7 days old. And of all the teenagers in church, you're the most humorous. What is it about you? How come you find it easy to be humorous?
With me, I think it's just I have that ability. I don't know, maybe God has implanted in me with the ability just to make people laugh. So I know it's a blessing, but
Yes.
I just feel like wherever I am, I'm able to make new friends instantly. I'm able to just, get along with different people. So that's just always been me, but it has caused dilemmas.
Really?
Yeah, because I know.
Humorous. How did that happen?
Me just going into secondary school, I just went into year 7, and of course in year 7, everybody wants to make a name for themselves. Everybody wants to be the most populous person. Everybody wants to have the most friends, be the most known person. So during classes, I would crack jokes and everybody would laugh, and I would think, yes, I'm the big man. Everybody likes me. This, and then I would say to myself, let's make another joke, and I'll take another joke, and I would step the boundaries. I would step it too further, where instantly everybody would just stop laughing. The teacher would call me out. I would end up getting into trouble. My parents would get a phone call just because of one silly, going over the mark. So I think from year 7 to where I am now, 17, I think I've learned how to control that, how to be humorous around other people, how to stop, you know, doing these things at the right time, the right particular moment, and to know when enough is enough, and to just cut it off completely. So,
and that's very important.
Yeah, very,
to know
very
when
important.
enough is enough.
Yes.
Yeah, because in as much as humor is good, it can become offensive.
Very offensive.
Very offensive. It can even amount to bullying, because about teasing, you know, when you tease someone, you know, it can lead to bullying if one is not careful. So I'm happy that you've learned your lesson and you've learned in a good way.
Yes. Do you think it's a good thing to be too humorous?
Okay, thank you. Now, too much of anything is bad. Good. So about humor, you need to understand the context. You need to understand your audience. You need to understand boundaries. Because when people are now holding their breath, or people are frowning, or they're cringing, you know that you're stepping on toes. The whole essence of humor is to make people laugh. And you leave their presence, you part ways, and you've left them feeling good. You know, it must be a pleasant surprise. They must remember you and just laugh out loud. They shouldn't remember you and kiss their teeth. If that's the case, then you've done damage to humor. So don't do too much of it. Understand the context, understand where you are, understand what is happening at that point in time, what has happened and what is about to happen, and know when to say it, know how to say it, know if to say it, know when to say it, and know what to say. So that's the one thing about humor, because it can get you into serious trouble if you don't apply the when, the how, the where, the what, and the choice of words. Now, can you tell us some jokes out of the 5 I've mentioned? Just give us a few before we close.
I'll start off with a pun. So there has been this trend going around the UK, and I've seen it in England, where it's called "Don't Leave Me." So it's where you put 2 different words together and it makes one word. So for example, if I have butter and I throw it in the air, is it not butterfly? Because the butter's in the air and it's flying. Or if I have, you know, Fanta and I have a stick and I put the stick in the Fanta, is it not called fantastic?
Fantastic.
And then everybody starts leaving, saying, "Don't leave me, oh, don't leave me, don't leave me." Oh. Having role play as well, where you said mimicking your youngers or your parents. So obviously my dad, I love him so much. He's always had this thing when me and my brother are leaving to go to school. He always says, "Olaoluwa, Ifeoluwa, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget the name holds you come."
Sorry to interrupt you. How many times would he say it?
He will say it 3 times.
Oh, no, they always say it 3 times. Even my parents said it 3 times.
3 times, 3 times, so that you don't forget. So it sticks in the back of your head.
That's the reason why.
Yeah. So he'll be Olaoluwa, Ifeoluwa. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget the name that you hold, and that will always stick in the back of my mind, because there have been times where I've gone out and I've seen, you know, situations where I could have got involved, but then I remember to myself, you know, the name that I hold, you know, what the name represents.
That's good. That's good. So thank you very much, Olaoluwa. And as we wrap things up this day, I just want to give us an action point, and the action point is laugh. Be humorous. Don't take life too seriously. Whatever it is that has happened, just laugh about it. And I'll end by telling us a joke, a true life story about my friend, a friend of mine. She got ready for work this day and everything was fine. When she sat down on the tube, people were looking at her and she was like, today is my day of admiration. Let me just square my shoulders and receive all this attention. I must look very fine today. And she was just enjoying all the attention. So she got to work, and when she got into the lift, she looked at herself in the mirror, and lo and behold, guess what? Guess what? She only had one eyebrow done.
Only one of her eyebrows were done, and the other one?
It was eyebrow pencil less.
And she didn't realize.
She didn't realize. She must have left home in a hurry. So people were looking at her, oh, what kind of style is this? So when she thought that she was being admired, people were laughing at her. You know, but she told me about it and she was laughing. We both teared up and it was just so funny. So that's it from us today.
Thank you, Auntie.
Have a wonderful time and please make sure you laugh. A smile looks good on you. It brings joy to your heart and it brings cheerfulness to your face. It makes you likable, it opens doors, it reduces tension, it disarms hostility, and it's just a good thing to have. It's a very good nugget of life. So please laugh. Thank you very much and God bless. Over to you, Alexia Akinlaja.
Thank you, Auntie Mulupe. That's it for today. Tomorrow we